Hello, YouTube. This is about Karelia, one of the most fascinating areas, I would say, in Russia and the world too. Of course, not many people outside of Russian borders know about Karelia and its amazing paranormal phenomena and historical enigmas. So, let me introduce you a little bit more to this land. Lake Onega is a lake in northwestern Russia on the territory of the Republic of Karelia. It belongs to the basin of the Baltic Sea and is the second largest lake in Europe after Lake Ladoga. And I told you quite a lot about Lake Ladoga, which has quite a lot of its own secrets and mysteries. So, Onega, the lake is fed by about 50 rivers, and there are about 1,650 islands on the lake. The Onega petroglyphs are rock carvings found in the Pudorsky district of Karelia on the western coast of Lake Onega. Scientists date them to the 4th to 3rd millennium before Common Era. That is, they are about 6,000 years old. In total, about 1,100 images were found on the coastal rocks in the area of about 20 kilometers, including those found on the rocks of the Besov Nos, or Demon's Nose Peninsula, Cape Skladovets, Gagaji, Perinos, and on the islands, on the Kochkovnava-Vlok Peninsula near the village of Shalsky. The images are mainly a variety of figures of birds, boats, human figures. There are also many geometric signs in the form of circles and crescents. They are considered to be images of the moon and the sun. But if the signs are the moon and the sun, then why are they mounted on 2 or 3 legs or supports? Maybe ancient people actually observed some kind of flying objects? Well, residents of Karelia who live near these places are not at all surprised by such images. According to their own words, they observe similar phenomena in the sky almost every night. The Onega petroglyphs are considered to be the most complex and expressive examples of rock art in Northern Europe. Many of them actually are easy to guess because you can see hunters on skis and moose. There are fish, different ones from the sturgeon family, and you can see running deer. Images are quite realistic, but then who did this figure with 2 spheres instead of a head representation? Is the shaman also like a demon? Archaeologists affectionately call another one Cheburashka in honor of the Russian cartoon character, attributing the artist's creative impulse to the action of fly agarics, mushrooms. Now, no one can say that what domestic or religious scenes these signs or drawings depicted, but in past centuries, they were considered to be dangerous. According to legends, the monks of the Murom Holy Dormitian Monastery around the 15th century knocked out a Christian cross on top of the 3 petroglyphs in order to neutralize evil spirits. The petroglyph demon, Bes. There are several mysterious figurines among the petroglyphs. This famous petroglyph Bes on the Cape of Demon's Nose, or Besov Nose, as well as the nearby petroglyphs Catfish and Lizard. It was on top of the demon that the Christian cross was embossed. According to scientists, the demon is an image of a shaman. The demon is split into 2 parts due to a crack in the stone, but the pattern is clearly visible. The creature has a rectangular head like a robot, on the right side of which there is a circle with a dot in the center, a symbol of the sun or some other planet. He has 2 legs, and between them there is another long thin stripe, probably the image of a male genital organ. The figure is surrounded by images of birds with very long necks. The length of the demon itself is 2 meters. It is the largest Onega petroglyph. In addition to the mystery of who he portrays, there's another mystery associated with the demon. Satellite navigation often fails within a kilometer radius of the demon. Captains have not been surprised by this for a long time because they're guided by the lighthouse. The Glock also behaves unpredictably. I should say the watch also behaves unpredictably. It can run forward, it can stop. Scientists are only guessing what this anomaly is related to. They say it's all about granites saturated with magnetic ore lying deep underground, but the demon knows better. The Paranormal Cape is located on the eastern shore of Lake Onega, north of Cape Besovnos. The cape is small in area. It does preserve mysterious Neolithic petroglyphs, to which researchers of our time have given the names solar and lunar signs. Modern researchers believe that this is how ancient people depicted the sun and the moon that they deified or worshipped. But the question arises, where do the sun and the moon have appendages from? It is in the form of exactly 2 rays. So in the drawings made by the St. Petersburg artist Nikolai Petrovich Potapov, you can see an unidentified body displayed over a lake near the village of Rabozero. This is how it is described in Colonel German Kolchin's books, and in my books I had several versions of the events. But let's stick to what German Kolchin wrote. The book was called in English The UFO Phenomenon. An interesting description of a strange object in the 18th century is set out in the report of the Kirilo-Belozersky Monastery to the authorities about meteorites appearing in the Belozersky district. It says that on August 15, 1663, a strange luminous body with a diameter of about 40 meters appeared from the north over the village of Rabozero in Vologda province, and it was slowly moving southward with strong noise at low altitude. 2 beams were directed from its front to the lake located near the village. Once over the lake, the body suddenly disappeared and then reappeared, but already 0.5 kilometers southwest of the place where it disappeared. And soon it just disappeared again. Finally, it appeared for the 3rd time at a distance of 0.5 kilometers west of the last place, or last location, and fading, vanished completely. When trying to approach it by boat, the peasants experienced intense heat. At the bottom of the lake was covered to a depth of 8 meters. The total duration of observations of the body was 1.5 hours, 1.5 hours. The solar signs of the cape are shown on the left and right. So back to the petroglyphs. Apparently, what they observed in 1663 is what probably was depicted by ancient people in the time period I indicated. Millennia ago, by the way, the rock paintings were photographed using ordinary paper placed on top of the rock art and carefully transferred to paper with the edge of an artistic crayon. Looking even with an inattentive glance at the solar signs and the drawings in the photos, you can see their similarity. There are spheres here and there, each mostly with 2 beams. It can be assumed that ancient people depicted objects we call UFOs today on the rocks near Lake Onega, luminous spheres with 2 rays and mushroom-shaped UFOs with 2 rays. The rays were probably most often directed towards the lake, being studied by UFOs. Ufologists have long assumed that the Onega petroglyphs depict alien visit in ancient times. We call it paleocontact. And that the demon is an alien or an alien robot. And discs and other strange symbols are images of alien spaceships. Could be. I think it would be nice to have more research and to make sure that the petroglyphs are preserved. And I've spoken before about Karelia, and I will continue to speak about North Russia, because it's a very fascinating area. You find many things, and from here you go on to Arctic. I have a number of videos about those territories. Speaking about UFOs and USOs in the waters of the Arctic seas. If you like my research and you can support my research, you can do so through the links you'll find in the description to this video. Please like my videos and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.